Hello, my name is Matt Johnson and I attend Liberty University, and today I will be speaking about the life of Thomas Jefferson and how he impacted the American education system. I will go over his ideas and his influences, and then his impact on American education, and then to close I'll go over just a few critiques that were given to him. Um, just a little bit of background to start. He was born April 13th, 1743, and died July 4th, 1826. Jefferson was one of our founding fathers in America and our nation's third president. He was highly educated, a lawyer, and most notably known for authoring the Declaration of Independence. But beyond these accolades, Jefferson actually had a major impact on the American education system, which I'll go into. To start, just some of his ideas. Jefferson's view on public education was seen as rather provocative or controversial for his time period because of the scope in which he believed education should be made available. Jefferson believed that education was to be decentralized and for the people and by the people. He was, to quote, concerned throughout his life, as in the first years of the Revolution, with education for everyone, irrespective of family wealth or status, and his educational plan was part and parcel of his revolutionary political thinking. Conant, page 3. Jefferson's concerns and ideas for our education system were shown in real tangible ways, which I'll go into now. Number one, he wanted free elementary education for all future citizens. Number two, he wanted university education to be provided by public expense, which was really controversial for the time, to be provided for a selected group of students that could really benefit but could not afford it. And then three, university education as a whole was to be established in the state and to be prepared for students that really wanted to attend and could also afford to attend. Some of these concerns and ideas about education and how it should be implemented in America actually then were later formed into real impactful elements that Jefferson was able to do in his life. To start with Jefferson's concerns for elementary education, he went on to then establish the Elementary School Act of 1817, which helped in the ultimate process of creating free elementary education that we still have today. Number two, he implemented a free residential grammar school for a selected group of poor boys that could really benefit from receiving proper education. And then number three, he went on to become the founder of the University of Virginia in the year of 1819, which still is being used today. Some of the critiques of Thomas Jefferson was, in general, his motives for why he did what he did with education. One critique that I have was his views on women and their role in education. Although he impacted the lives of many women by allowing more education, his views of their roles in society were a bit unbalanced to men, and Jefferson's motives were a little skewed in my opinion. To quote, the role of education for women was that they were to educate their children. The rationale given for allowing more serious education for women was that it would, quote, make the Americans better wives and mothers. Baptisti, page 12. So there we see that part of the motives behind allowing more education for women was not necessarily for the benefit of their own good, but for the benefit of their children, particularly males in their society, as being better wives and being better mothers and educated mothers. Another critique comes from just his belief and goals for education to be simply politically driven as a means to preserve the infant republican system that had just recently replaced the monarchy in America. But beyond those critiques, I, in my personal opinion, believe that Jefferson had a lot greater things for the American education system than unpositive things. And I really think that he impacted America in a lot of great ways, especially with just his views of having education for everyone. regardless of your race, regardless of your wealth or status. Um, Jefferson's plan was to make education widely more available for people um, during that time, and that was seen as very controversial and impacted just how we today um, believe education should be divided. It should be divided for everyone, regardless. And so I thank you for your time, and um, I, I hope you learned something today. Thanks.